Hello, and since today is the day, or actually Tuesday was the September 17th, whatever, is the day that Grand Theft Auto 5 was released, and I'm gonna review it. Well, kind of. I guess I'm gonna say this is an update because Grand Theft Auto 5 is a big game. I haven't beaten it yet, so I'm just gonna give you my impression as I go. So far, I actually really like the game. Uh, I played Grand Theft Auto 4 and I kind of stopped playing it because it was just kind of boring to me, and it was just Liberty City as a whole. I never really liked that environment because it was just, I don't know, to me it was just bland and boring, and I didn't really add a lot to the game, and I didn't really like the characters. So there's a lot of stuff stacking against my favorite in Grand Theft Auto 4. I didn't really like it that much. It was kind of bland. And I like San Andreas, but man, Grand Theft Auto 4 just kind of wiped me from excitement of Grand Theft Auto. But when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I was like, skeptical. But once I heard it was back at Los Santos, I was actually pretty intrigued, and so am I intrigued in the online. But what I really liked about Grand Theft Auto 5 that kind of blew my expectations is usually, as far as I know, Grand Theft Auto follows one character and that's it. You're just following a story of one character doing his own thing. This game follows I think roughly three characters, and you can alternate all three of them at any point in the game. And this is really where the detail shines. If you play, let's say, Michael for an X amount of time, and you're just sitting there like, you know what, I'm gonna do a Franklin mission. I'm gonna decide I want to be Franklin for once, and then you switch to Franklin, and no matter where you left him, he's doing his own thing. So it's nice. So when you switch to Franklin, it's like, oh, I just left a clothing store, and he just bought a new shirt or something, or we switch to Franklin, and he's talking to his girlfriend or something, and that to me is such small detail that I think some people might not notice, and it's awesome that you can do that, in my opinion. And the way that they do it, I think, is fine, and it's fun, and I like the characters, so I really enjoyed that part of the game. Another new inclusion, a new addition is now when you do a heist mission or whatever in the game, you can customize that mission in the sense of you can either decide to go in stealthy or loud, or you can and you can pick the people you want on your mission, and it's really awesome, and I really like that because it allows more variation on a mission than any other Grand Theft Auto game has. But I will say there are moments where I find the AI for the other cars to be kind of stupid. There was a part where I was trying to lose the cops, and as I was driving this truck to this funky turn that made no sense, and it rear-ended, and it just kind of cut me off, and it kind of set me back a few minutes in that mission or something. It was just messed up. And another issue I have is the lose the cop missions. In Grand Theft Auto 4, I understood that when a cop is following you, there's a circle that you're in, that the cops are in, and if you leave that circle, and when that circle's off the map, the notoriety or the wanted level will be wiped instantly. While in Grand Theft Auto 5, they never really clarified how you could lose the cops are very well. Again, I'm playing on a standard def TV, so the text is really hard for me to see. So I might be missing something, but I get that once if the map is glowing red and blue, the cops are still on you, and then once it's when the map goes back to its normal color, and you have smaller circles of blue and red. That's just the cops looking for you, and you can just drive around and make sure all that stuff is clear, but. There are moments where, I didn't see any cop sirens on the map or anything. I was like, okay, cool, I'm not a wanted man or anything. I'm going to continue doing the mission. And then all of a sudden, 10 cops just coming out of, nowhere. And it's just like, but I didn't see any cops on the map. But, it's a small complaint, and it didn't really knock me out of the game or anything, but it was just, And, I will say there are parts in Grand Theft Auto 5 that kind of felt dry or old, and it kind of showed the franchise's age, but it still is a fun game, and the shooting mechanics got a lot better. And to me, what it ultimately became was Rockstar really learned a lot from doing other games that weren't Grand Theft Auto. I mean, they learned a lot from Red Dead. They learned a lot from Max Payne, from LA Noire and Max Payne. Specifically, in my opinion, LA Noire and Max Payne are the two games I think that they learned the most from into forming this game. Because I think it's also using the same engine as LA Noire, which is a beautiful engine. It's beautiful to look at, and even the driving handles the same way in LA Noire in a sense. And even like the detail like, when you're combining when you're like building a mission, so like that feels very LA Noire esque, and that was really awesome. And the Max Payne influences kind of comes in when it comes to gunshots and shooting and that kind of stuff. That's really cool. So ultimately, I really think Grand Theft Auto 5 is really Rockstar saying, we learned a lot from LA Noire and Max Payne. We're just gonna combine those into Grand Theft Auto, and you're gonna love it. And it's a really good game. I think the chase missions might be a little repetitive and tedious, but they aren't. They aren't awful. And I like the characters. I like the story. And to me, I think the story is better in this game than it has been in every Grand Theft Auto game. And I especially hear a lot of good things about Grand Theft Auto 4's story and Red Dead Redemption's, but I really think Grand Theft Auto 5 is gonna have the best story that I've played. I'm not gonna say whatever, but from all the Grand Theft Auto games that I've played, I think the fifth one's gonna have a good story. But that's so far. I mean, I'm not halfway or anything. Like that. I haven't beaten it yet, so this is just an update. I like it. If I were to recommend it to people, yeah, I mean, if you have $60, go buy it. It's great. It's fun. The map is huge. I really love it. So, see you next time when I get farther into that game. Later.